Hi, my name is Jerica, and I'd like to welcome you to the Simple Question Series, a series on my channel where you ask a question, biblical or spiritual, and I try to answer. Today's question is, are aliens from space real? Let's get into this. So, this question was posed by Queen V from YouTube. She asked if I believe in aliens. So, as a Christian, my belief is that aliens don't exist. God formed the earth and created man. It states that other celestial bodies like the stars, the moon, the sun, other planets, etc., they were created for signs and for seasons, days and years. That scripture is in Genesis 1 verse 14. Is to help with the seasons and to measure time. That is the reason that God claims to have created those other celestial bodies. So, not once did he say those celestial bodies was created to house other beings. It was just created to showcase, his wondrous works. Like, he created these huge, beautiful things that float above our head in space. To be honest, everything in space is like a trophy case for God. Like, this showcases how great he is, how wondrous he is, you know what I mean? All these extra planets, all these billions and millions of stars. I mean, God even commented that he could send a wind that would scramble the stars, because he made them. I mean, he can do what he want to do. So basically, outer space is pretty much God's trophy case. All the wondrous things he created, the beautiful things that he's created, is on display in space. There is no biblical support of aliens existing at all. When God mentions the word alien in the Bible, it specifically means foreigners, not aliens, not beings from another planet, but like a foreigner that isn't from Israel. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what alien meant when it's mentioned in the Bible. So as Christians, pondering on the idea of aliens should be the furthest thing from our minds, because I mean, it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't add to our salvation knowing whether or not aliens exist. Honestly, I don't think it's important that they exist. I don't think that some being from another planet is gonna come bomb this one and take over. Like, I don't see that happening. I mean, I don't see that happening. So nah, I don't think aliens exist. There's no biblical support that states alien exists. So the only beings outside of humans that the Bible mentions are the Nephilim. And the Nephilim are the offspring of the fallen angels. When the fallen angels, they wanted to disrupt the bloodline so that Jesus couldn't be born. So they mated with human women and had children. And the children were giants. So all the giants in the Bible are descendants of fallen angels. And that's in, Genesis chapter 6 verse 4, where we talk about the Nephilim. Those are the only beings outside of humans. We ain't talking about animals, we talking about like human-like beings, humanoid. Those are the only beings outside of humans that the Bible strictly mentions having walked the earth and lived. The Nephilim, aka the fallen angels, descendants, the children of the fallen angels. So, the next question probably will, well, what about these UFOs and blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the thought of aliens or the conspiracy of it all, I believe it's a trick of the enemy to keep our mind off of God. Like, we're supposed to keep our mind on God. We're supposed to keep our focus on God. And I feel like it's a trick of the enemy where trying to keep us off our game. You know what I mean? So I think it's just really to confuse people and to make you question God. But see, the thing about me is I've had a spiritual experience with God that I cannot explain. And that alone is enough for me to not question God's existence. You know, I don't care what conspiracy people bring up about God. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, can deter me from God other than myself. Like, nobody else can convince me that God doesn't exist, because y'all just don't understand the experience that I had when I was 16 years old. It was like no other. So nobody, no question of aliens, none of that can make me doubt God's existence. So aliens are a non-factor. Keep your eye on God, and don't get distracted by all this hoopla out here, because it's a lot. Aliens ain't the only thing. It's a lot of mess out here to get distracted by, but don't let that distract you. You know, keep your eyes on the Lord. And you know, that's my answer to the question. Are aliens real? No, not in my opinion. But to each his own. You know, believe what you want to believe. I ain't here to try to make you believe what I believe. I'm just telling you my opinion. Anyway, that's it for this video, y'all. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends or whatever. If you have your own question that you like to ask me, you can leave a comment on a video. You can go to ghettobibletales.com, scroll down to the request section, and leave a comment there. You can hit me up on Instagram, or you can comment on a post on my community tab page. Once again, thank you, Queen V, for submitting this question, for asking this question. I hope I answered your question, and I love y'all. Bye.